guest is Jed Harrelson. Based out of beautiful Nashville, Tennessee, Jed has been lighting up stages with his show-stopping talents and is becoming known as an artist to watch. Welcome, Jed.
Hey,
Hey,
Jed, thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on. So you just released a song, I don't know, a little bit ago last year. It's Problems, I think, right? Was that one of the, it was a double?
yeah, it was a two-song thing that I released in July. It was all made in-house. Actually, my brother is he does all the production on all my stuff, which is cool. So we kept it all in-house. Everybody who played on the songs I know, they're friends of mine, stuff like that, which is really
Yeah.
cool. Um, and I think it was right in like the peak of quarantine when we kind of got all this stuff, which was really cool, man, because we really had no time. I mean, we had all the time in the world to do it, and so we really got to pick and choose how we got to do it, and it was really cool, man. And honestly, like I think um, the reaction I got from the public was bigger than I had thought it was going to be. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting a couple hundred plays here and there, but I mean it's damn near 10,000 plays now, which is cool, and it's all
Nice.
organic. And,
Yeah.
so
That's
that's my
awesome, man.
project, I guess. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, it sounds great. I listened to it, and especially Problems, man. I was just like, oh man, I added it to one of my personal playlists actually.
Hell yeah. Problems
Good
got that.
song, man. Yeah, that's great, man. That's
Yeah.
great. So kind of tell us a bit about how you got into music, how you started with this.
Um, Man, I tell you, my growing up, my dad, he's a big music buff. He can't play an instrument or nothing. He tries, but it started, I guess, him just playing music all the time around me. Um, and then something that was also cool was growing up was my grandpa. His name is Herschel Flanagan. He was a big singer, guitar player. Anytime we'd have like a family function, he'd bring it out and he'd play for hours, and people loved it. And I guess watching him uh, make everybody happy with what he was doing kind of like got me interested in like, oh, I want to do that, and
Yeah.
so I guess it started, man. It was me and my papa just kind of, playing guitar back and forth together. And then, I mean, dude, it just kind of kept escalating and never really stopped. And now we're here.
Yeah,
How old
that's
were you when
awesome, man.
you
Where
started?
are you from? Oh, sorry,
Uh,
bro. You going?
Sorry,
from
how old were you when you started playing guitar first?
Say it again.
How old were you when you started playing guitar for the first time?
Man, I think I started picking it up when I was probably like 8 or 9, maybe. I'm 22 now, so um, 12, 13 years, I guess. I don't know.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, man, it's something that I've never really put down since I picked it up, which is cool. Um, but yeah, I come from a place called Texarkana, Arkansas.
Oh,
Um,
cool. Cool.
it's where Southwest Arkansas meets the East Texas. Uh, it's one town, two states. It was cool. There was rivalry. There's like the Arkansas side and the Texas side, and I was on the Arkansas side, and it was big beef and rivalry all the time. But it was cool, man. I had friends on both sides. It was a very unique place to grow up. Um,
Yeah.
Now, like the music scene, whenever I was younger, the music scene was, I don't want to say good, but I mean, there's almost no music scene right now.
Really.
Kind of why I'm in Nashville now, because I mean, Music City as opposed to, playing back home. There's only 2 or 3 places you can play at back home, and which is cool. I've played at all of them, but
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
to
Need
go up from there.
Yeah, tell us
exactly.
about
Need
the
bigger
time.
places.
Yeah, tell us about the time you finally decided to move from your hometown to Nashville and kind of what pushed you out there and then what it was like to transition to.
Okay. Well, so I guess I didn't quite move from my hometown to Nashville. I was going to college in a place called Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's Northwest Arkansas. It's like the Arkansas Razorbacks, University of Arkansas. And I'd always played at little restaurants and stuff back home. But once I was in college, I got a band together and I started putting shows together. And once graduation came, it was like, I can either go back home and get a job and try to do music on the side, or I can just throw myself into it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
literally, I moved out the day of graduation. I went home for Christmas because I graduated right before Christmas. I mean, right after New Year's. I mean, I was up here. I moved in Nashville on the 3rd or 4th, I think.
Oh, nice.
I mean, so I was home for probably 2 weeks, and then, you know, that whole 2 weeks, you know, I'm like, shit, I'm about to do it. I'm about to move to
Yeah,
Nashville. You
you're
know,
going.
it was all talk, you know, and what was cool was, man, growing up in my hometown, you know, the question was always, oh, so when are you going to Nashville? When are you going to Nashville? And, you know, I was just like, oh, you know, when I'm actually here now, which is,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Big deal.
Yeah, man. So like, I guess the short period of time between graduating college and actually moving here, I still wasn't 100%, but I kind of just jumped and did it. And honest, I've been here for a little over a year now, and it's been wonderful.
Oh, man, that's awesome. It sounds like your brother's there too, then, huh?
Yeah. So my brother moved in August up here.
Okay.
I mean, he's a whiz kid when it comes to the production side of things. And hell, he came up here and he ended up getting a job up here. And not long after he started his job, he was able to quit it to rely on music as an income.
No kidding.
So now we're both full-time music right now, which is especially during this type of time right now, like I couldn't ask for more right now, you know?
Yeah, that's the dream.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So there was a Garth Brooks documentary I saw, and Garth Brooks, he started in a smaller hometown, and then he was like a big deal in his hometown, but then he went to Nashville. He felt really overwhelmed with like how many musicians there were and how many he was fighting for and like fighting for the attention with. How has that experience been for you to move from a small place to Nashville? And like, what was your experience actually trying to like settle into this city and find your spot in it?
Yeah. It's funny that you bring the Garth Brooks thing up. I literally watched that documentary on Netflix probably a week ago.
Nice.
But man, I knew coming up here that, well, so like in my college town, man, I kind of got a big head about me. You know, we packing out some shows here and there. And I knew moving to Nashville was going to be like little fish in a big pond, you know. I got here. The pond was bigger than I thought. I was smaller than I thought. And I'm still really small for what I'm trying to do, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you, it was overwhelming. It was a smack in the face. It was kind of the world telling me to, you know, sit down, kid. My mom's gonna come right there.
You're kidding.
But yeah, it was the kind of the world just trying to, you know, put me in my place to get ready for something that I really got to work at. And man, the amount of talent in this town is, I don't want to say overwhelming, but like, and you got to fight for it out here, man. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to come a lot easier. And,
Yeah.
but man, it's like anything that's going to come easy isn't going to last. Anything that lasts don't come easy is the way I try to think about it, you know?
Yeah.
And, so man, dude, I'm in it for the long haul, man. I'm trying to climb it up, you know?
That's fantastic, man. So you said you're able to do this as full-time work now. Are there enough venues open or?
Well, man, I'll tell you straight up, there was I don't want to say I was just kind of thrown into being full-time music. I was working at a hotel downtown as a valet. Do you know who Casey Musgraves is?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was parking Casey Musgraves' car, and I had been working, man. I was like top valet. I was like awesome, making great money. Well, Casey Musgraves checks in for her birthday, and I had these little business cards with my name on it where you can listen to my music. And on the back of one of the cards, I said, "Hey, I'm new to Nashville. Give me a listen. You might like it," or something like that. Put it in her car, and then she got really upset and like called my hotel, and I got fired.
Man.
But like the way I tried to thought about it was like, you know, what a cooler way to get fired, you know?
Yeah.
But since then, I've been full-time music because I told myself, you know, I was like, I'm not working for the man. I moved here for music, and I was only getting to do music a little bit. You know, I was working like a dog, man, all the time. And so since then, it's been full-time music. And, you know, I would say like in Nashville, it's hard to make money on music if you're not like the big shit, you know?
Yeah. Right.
They say you get paid outside of Nashville. So I've got, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but I got a few little honey holes outside of Nashville that are consistently like, you know, keeping the lights on, keeping money in my pocket, and paying the bills and rent, and, you know, and
yeah, that's good.
Which I'm very fortunate to be able to play at these places, you know. But I think I've gotten very lucky, you know.
Yeah. Man, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So are you taking this time then to kind of write more or have any projects you're looking forward to coming up?
I mean, I would say in the past probably 3 months, the writing has definitely taken off more than you know, more than I had thought it was going to. When I first moved here, I did definitely get in like a creative rut. I was just kind of in my head about it, you know, kind of down about, you know, all the talent. Like it was overwhelming, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Yeah.
but once I got comfortable, man, the writing started, you know, it started writing itself. And I mean, it's I feel like hell, just this past week I've written, you know, 4 or 5 new songs, which is awesome, you know, as
Yeah.
opposed to, you know, a year ago only, you know, writing a handful of songs throughout the whole year that were worth anything, you know.
Yeah.
So right now actually I'm working on a new project. I think I'm going to release over I'd like to say in the next year, try to release, you know, a couple singles every couple months, I guess.
Yeah.
Totaling up to probably 4 or 5 songs, just because I've only got 2 songs out, and I'm proud of them. I am, but the sound has definitely gotten better with quality, and especially with my brother, he's learning new things every day with the production stuff. And so, like, um, I would say in the next couple months, you know, having more music out for people to listen to, and that's a little more of a versatile sound, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
What are some of
awesome.
the artists that have not only inspired your playing, but inspired your songwriting, and who you kind of look up to, not only now with the your as you're growing up and learning your way through music?
Okay. When it comes to like, I guess the influences, I try to split them up between like guitar players and then songwriters and like, you know, just singers in general. Man, I would say like songwriting wise, and I don't want to, you know, sound like because I feel like everybody says this. Man, I tell you, John Mayer's got a way with words, man. That'll just, you know, it's like he wrote that song for you, you know. And
Yeah. Yeah.
but I mean, I would say songwriting, hell, and even guitar playing. You know, John Mayer's definitely a big influence. Um, I would say probably in the past 2 or 3 years, somebody that's been a big influence is like Marcus King. He's
Oh,
actually
cool.
based out of Nashville here. Um, and I don't know, it's I don't know. I feel like my influences kind of change, you know, throughout a year almost, you know, because if you would have asked me a year ago who my influences were, I couldn't even tell you who they were a year ago. You know, I would say
Yeah.
just since I've moved here, I've become um, aware of a lot of new music that has definitely kicked in inspiration. Like I said, Marcus King. Um, there's a guy named Tom Misch. He's from England, and man, I tell you, that man is awesome on the guitar, groovy sound, and he's definitely somebody that I take into account when making music. Not take into account, but you know, I'm influenced by naturally.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like I said, man, it changes all the time. You ask me next week, I'll probably have a new name for it. You know,
Have something new. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Oh
always trying
man.
to find some new stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it sounds like you want to release some singles. You said kind of like once a month type of thing, starting in a few months. Then.
Yeah, man.
That would be
So my
awesome.
birthday's in March. I'd like to drop one on my birthday. We're not quite done with it yet. Um, hell, I'm going to the studio tomorrow actually to try to finish it all up. So hopefully I can drop one on my birthday, early March.
Nice.
And then kind
Nice.
of become consistent after that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic hit, that's kind of right after you moved there. So yeah, you felt that
Dude,
whole
I,
shift,
I
huh?
moved here right at the start of 2020. I had like 2 full months of like, you know, real Nashville, you
Yeah.
know. And then dude, it smacked me like a brick. You know, I
Yeah.
watched the whole town go from very good and thriving to absolutely dead, you know.
Yeah.
I ended up getting laid off in March from my ballet job. And like, so I went home for about 2 months. I was working at a liquor store back
Oh, nice.
home, probably from like the end of March, like the end of May, maybe. Um, and I mean, that was tough, man. Cause I mean, I just moved here, you know, I had all my stuff here. I was still like paying rent here, you know, and I was just back home trying to make some money. Uh,
Yeah.
but so like, but yeah, man, dude, I saw this town go from thriving to poo real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, is it kind of getting back on track now, or are you kind of
Man, dude, it is picking up, man.
That's good.
The bars here are now open till midnight now.
Okay.
A lot of places are, opening back up. A lot of shows are happening, man. I mean, to be honest, like towards probably, from the middle to kind of where we are now, there was a lot more live music than you probably would have thought. Like I said, dude, since August, I've been making a living off of it, and it's been bad. But I'd say there are some of these places that I've played at that, they really don't care about a capacity or mask or anything. Like especially outside of Nashville, you get to some of these smaller towns that really just don't care. But I mean, as much as I think that they probably should care, I mean, they're helping me out financially, so it's like,
exactly.
It's hard to get mad at that,
Yeah, for sure, man.
But I've seen it all already.
Yeah.
So for trying to get by financially as an artist, do you get most of your income from tips, or is it from what the venues pay you? How does that kind of work?
Well, so I mean, in Nashville itself, man, it's all tips, man. There's almost nowhere in Nashville that will pay a flat pay, But like that's like I said, once you get outside of Nashville, I mean, dude, there's a place I'm playing at in Clarksville. I'm not going to talk numbers or nothing, but like,
oh, you're good.
They pay me well, and then I get tipped almost just as well,
Nice.
Which is cool, man. Because I mean, that one place takes care of a pretty good portion of my expenses for a month, And I play there twice a month, for like the next 6 months, which is awesome, man. I'm really blessed to be able to do that because not a lot of people are making money off music right now. But but no, man, it's going by, man. It's working. I'm not making near as much money as I did as a ballet, but like I'm happier. I've got more time to do the music, and I get to meet a lot of people all the time, which is cool.
Yeah. So do you work with a lot of people around that area in Nashville? You said you work with other musicians, huh?
Yeah. So there's a buddy of mine who has a media company called Neon Leaf Media.
Okay.
And I don't want to say I work for Neon Leaf Media, but like I do a lot of help with organizing shows and stuff. And I tell you, just through Neon Leaf alone, man, I've met so many people that like I'm not just, meet and never talk to again, but meet and, collab with on music or even just go see a show or even just go hang out with them. Man, I tell you, the music community has definitely created a pretty good friendship circle, I guess. But it's bigger than a circle. It's more like a big octagon, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's awesome.
The music community here is like, it's Nashville. There's a shit ton of people here playing music, but I mean, it's still kind of a tight knit community that intertwines with everything already, and which is cool, man. So I get to meet a lot of new people all the time that I kind of work with. Yeah.
What can you tell us about the music scene that's not country in Nashville? Like, is there a big music scene for like rap and R&B and stuff like that, or is it just
country? Well, so whenever I first moved here, I was playing at places that were mostly country music. And dude, everywhere you go, you're gonna hear a lot of country music, With I think the music that I'm trying to make, it helps me stand out a little more, But just probably in the past 2 or 3 months, I'm kind of starting to find my circle of sound, if that makes sense. Like, there's some places that I've been going to like on a weekly basis. Like for instance, on Tuesday nights, there's this thing called the Pitch Meeting, and it's a big house band that plays. It's like an open mic for songwriters, but with a house band that's backing them. And the house band is, man, it's smooth, soulful, R&B, just feeling like the kind of music I'm trying to make, And just through that one event alone, man, I've met so many people that are in my, I guess, sound or that mesh with my sound, And I think with time, man, it's only going to get more, like I've kind of got out of the country circle in Nashville. When I really thought there was no thing other than country music here. But man, there's some popping circles of some good, smooth shit, man. It's there, bro. It's there.
That's awesome. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. Well, one thing we like to ask artists, because I think it's such a relevant thing for every artist really and everybody, but what's something throughout your music career, or that help inspired kind of get you here or whatever, that you hated going through, that sucked? You know, I mean, like, it just, you did not see how any good could come from it at that time, but since that time, in hindsight, it's really been good for you. You know, you're grateful it happened.
Well, I mean, and I'm very blessed to, like, you know, there's not been a whole lot of I guess there's not been too much struggle, I guess, when it came to this. Man, so I guess something that really bothered me whenever I was first kind of doing it was, man, you know, taking criticism was definitely something that, like, I was not good at first coming into this, man. Like, if somebody didn't like it, I was upset, man.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, like whenever I first started posting on YouTube, that was like, I feel like the peak of YouTube when I was really young. Man, I'd get some of those comments that, you know, would make me just want to drop it and quit it forever. I would say, man, that right there, you know, was definitely something that, you know, kind of lit a fire in my ass to, you know, get better, you know, so people
Yeah.
won't say that. And I don't know, I mean, but like I said, man, there's not been too much struggle that I can really just, you know, bring up right now. I guess that I
Yeah.
almost think about it, you know, which is, I'm
That's
very
good.
fortunate to have that.
That's fantastic, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, hey, I look forward to seeing your new stuff, man. That'll be fantastic.
Hell yeah, man.
That'll be
It's going to be
great.
coming soon.
Yeah, that's great, man. Have you done any live shows, or been
Um,
just live?
Man, I've gone live on Facebook and stuff before, but like a legit live show, uh, I haven't really done a whole lot like that. I've really been trying to work on like video content. I've been doing a lot of like live video sessions. Like, man, I tell you, 2 days ago, we climbed to the top of this construction site, like 16 stories, and filmed and recorded live just to me singing one of my songs, which was really cool. So, man, I've been doing a lot of stuff like that, but not
Yeah.
really live streaming stuff. I don't know. I can't get behind that yet, but I'll work on
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Oh
Yeah.
man, well, that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for your time, man. Thanks for telling us a bit about your story and what you're doing out there. That sounds awesome, man. I'm excited to, like I said, I saved you on one of my playlists, so I'm excited to see what you come up with next.
So yeah, man, I'm ready
Oh,
to see this app
yeah.
blow up, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we'll send you the link. We'll send you the link for sure. Yeah, feel
Hell
free to
yeah.
let us know anything you think about that. But yeah, that'll be great, man. Bowie, do you have any other questions you'd like to add?
Yeah, where can our listeners find you on social media? Is
Yeah.
your Spotify and all that?
Yeah, man. I've not quite found another Jed Harrelson out there. Which I'm not knocking. I'm sure there could be one or two, but man, if you look up just Jed Harrelson in any fashion, you'll find a curly fro pop up, man, and that's me. Yeah.
Fantastic, man.
Great.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, we'll pin you to our comments when we get this out. And yeah, again, thanks, man. It's been great talking to you. Good luck out there. That's awesome.
Cool deal, man. I
All that stuff,
appreciate it, man. It's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, hey, we'll have to catch up again sometime.
Oh, we will.
For sure. Hey, take care, man. We'll talk to you next time.
See you, fellas.
Hey, we'll see you later.